Hello everyone, welcome to today's video where we will explore the fascinating world of microbiology and how various factors influence microbial growth. Whether you are a student or simply curious about the microbial world, understanding these factors will give you insights into how microbes thrive and survive in different environments. Let's get started. So, microbial growth refers to the increase in the number of microorganisms rather than their size. Microbes go through four distinct growth phases, from adaptation in the lag phase to exponential multiplication in the log phase, followed by slower growth in the stationary phase and eventual cell death in the death phase. Temperature is one of the most critical factors affecting microbial growth. Psychrophiles, mesophiles, thermophiles, and hyperthermophiles are the four major categories based on temperature preferences. Each group's growth and enzyme activity are highly dependent on the temperature range they thrive in. For example, mesophiles, which include many human pathogens, prefer moderate temperatures, while thermophiles love high heat. pH is another major factor that can influence microbial growth. Microbes can be classified as acidophiles, neutrophiles, or alkaliphiles based on their optimal pH range. For instance, acidophiles thrive in highly acidic environments, while most human pathogens are neutrophiles that prefer a pH close to neutral. Drastic pH changes can disrupt enzyme functions and cell membrane integrity. Oxygen is essential for some microbes, while it can be toxic for others. Microbes can be categorized based on their oxygen requirements. Obligate aerobes depend on oxygen for survival, while obligate anaerobes find oxygen toxic. Facultative anaerobes are versatile, growing with or without oxygen, whereas microaerophiles need only a small amount of oxygen to thrive. Water availability and osmotic pressure play a key role in microbial growth. When cells are in a hypertonic environment, water leaves the cell, leading to plasmolysis and cell shrinkage. On the other hand, halophiles and osmophiles have adapted to thrive in extreme conditions like high salt or sugar concentrations, respectively. Nutrient availability is essential for microbial growth. Microbes need macronutrients like carbon and nitrogen for basic cellular functions. Micronutrients such as iron and magnesium are also necessary for enzyme activities. Additionally, some microorganisms require specific growth factors like vitamins that they cannot produce on their own. Light and radiation also influences microbial growth. Phototropic bacteria or microorganisms such as cyanobacteria use light as an energy source. However, UV radiation can damage microbial DNA, leading to mutations or cell death, which is why UV light is commonly used to sterilize surfaces in laboratories and hospitals. Moisture is vital for microbial metabolism and survival. Without water, most microbes cannot perform essential functions. Some microorganisms, like Bacillus and Clostridium, can form resistant spores to survive in dry conditions. Water activity, or AW, measures the availability of water for microbial use, and growth is restricted below an AW value zero point 0.6. Pressure also influences microbial growth. Barophils are microorganisms that thrive in high pressure environments, such as deep sea ecosystem. High pressure can impact cell membranes and activity of enzymes, making it an important factor for those microbes living in extreme conditions. Lastly, competitive interactions between microorganisms can affect growth. In symbiotic relationships, microbes work together for mutual benefits, such as nitrogen fixing bacteria and plants. On the other hand, antagonism occurs when one microbe inhibits the growth of another, as seen with bacteria that produce antibiotics to suppress competitors. Before we wrap up, let's address some of the common questions students often have about this topic. I will go over 5 key queries that may come to mind as you study the factors affecting microbial growth. So, the first question many students ask is, why do different microbes have different temperature requirements? This boils down to microbial adaptation. Enzymes in the microbes are stable only at specific temperatures, and their cell membranes also change fluidity depending on the heat or cold. Over time, microbes have evolved to thrive in micro environment or environments suited to their enzyme and membrane needs. The second query is, how does pH affect microbial growth and why cannot some microbes survive in extreme pH? Microbial enzymes and proteins can denature if the pH is too high or too low, losing their functionality. It also disrupts the ion gradients all across the membranes, making it impossible for the cells to maintain their internal conditions. Another common question is, why do some microbes thrive without oxygen? Anaerobes or anaerobic microbes often lack of the enzyme needed to detoxify reactive oxygen species. Instead of using oxygen for energy, they rely on fermentation or anaerobic respiration to survive in oxygen free environments. Now, the fourth query is, what happens to microbes in hypertonic environments? In these conditions, water moves out of the microbial cells, causing plasmolysis or cell shrinkage, which inhibits their growth. Some microbes, like halophiles, adapt by accumulating compatible solutes to balance osmotic pressure. And lastly, students often ask, how do nutrient requirements vary among microbes? Some microbes, known as fastidious organisms, need specific nutrients or growth factors like vitamins, while others can grow in minimal media with just basic carbon and nitrogen sources. I hope these questions helped clarify your understanding of microbial growth. Keep in mind that the key to mastering this topic is to understand the why behind these each factors. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more microbiology related content. And feel free to leave any additional questions in the comments below.